to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my hair down if I won.
Lights, camera, action, ayy.
I'm smoking that dope from Edmond. We the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Hello, hi. I'm back with another vlog this week. Now, let's talk about my tooth because, oh my goodness, it has been causing me some stress. If you didn't watch my last video, I had my wisdom tooth out and it's just been playing up, and I called the dentist this morning and they said that I probably need to go in for them to look at it, which is kind of annoying because it's right in the middle of my day. But I'd rather get it sorted because I was genuinely up all night last night with like the worst aching mouth, and I took paracetamol and it just didn't touch it whatsoever. So the plan is, it is now 8:45. I've already been up. I got up at 6. I've been working at my desk pretty much all morning doing client check-ins, whatever, but I'm gonna make myself a shake now because I have been loving smoothies since having this issue. Like, I never used to like smoothies because I was kind of against drinking calories, but I don't really know why I ever thought that because I actually really like them. So I'm gonna make myself a smoothie and I'll show you exactly what I've been having because it's one of my favorites. So first things first, let's make a yummy smoothie. I am obsessed with Reese's. Is it Reese's or Reese's? I don't know. But the peanut butter cups, I can't stay away from them. And my protein actually bought out some protein ones and I was like, oh my God, I literally love chocolate and peanut butter. Like, that combo together, can we just talk about like how good it is? So for my smoothie, if you haven't guessed it, I'm gonna be making a chocolate peanut butter smoothie. Now, a few people messaged me on Instagram and were like, how are you getting your smoothies so thick? And the consistency is to just blend it for ages. Make sure you're adding like frozen fruit or ice, and then you just get a really nice texture. So in my little drawer, I'll show you. This is literally like half of my supplies. So we're gonna be using this My Protein powder in chocolate peanut butter flavor, of course. And then what we're gonna be adding is, bananas are the perfect pre-workout source because they are simple carbs. So our body absorbs the energy really quickly and it doesn't sit in your stomach because it's not like hard to digest. So if you're looking for a good pre-workout, then always choose something like a banana, simple sugars. And then we're also gonna be adding lots of ice. Of course, we're gonna need our NutriBullet cup and our NutriBullet blender. And then lastly, we're gonna add some almond butter. I am obsessed with this one. Like, it's called Olivia's Dunks Caramel Almond Swirl, and like, when I say this is good, this is good. It's like, it's so sweet. Like, I don't think I can have this on toast. In shakes, it just adds a little something. So we're gonna be adding some of that. And My Protein cocoa powder. This one's like, okay, it's called cacao powder, but same thing. We're gonna add some of that as well to make it super chocolatey. Oh yeah, smoothie goals, see? Chocolate, banana, heaven. So yeah, when I say this is the best thing ever, so good. Like, if you've got a sweet tooth, try having a chocolate peanut butter smoothie. Okay, let's head to the gym. Made it to the gym. I'm just planning my session because normally I follow a program, but today I'm just gonna do my own leg workout. I'm gonna try and show you guys exactly what I'm doing, but obviously I'm by myself, so we'll see how that goes. Like, filming by yourself is not easy. So hopefully I can show you a few bits. Actually, to be fair, I went back to the gym yesterday, which was obviously the first day it was open, and it was so bloody busy. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. It almost like put me off. I almost went in the opposite direction. So now it's 9:20. Yesterday I went at 4:30 and that was just carnage. So I'm hoping that today it's gonna be better, and actually there's like less cars in the car park, so it's a good sign.
I wanna be with you. 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 Let's go tonight. Maybe you can stay the night. I wanna be with you. Don't let this go tonight. You go. I just wanna let you know. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Don't let this go tonight. Maybe you can stay the night. Don't let this go tonight. Maybe you can stay the night. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
Back from the gym, back from the dentist. Turns out it's infected, so that's why I couldn't sleep last night. But he did say it wasn't like that bad, so I just need to start this and hopefully it's gonna be better. But anyways, gonna have some lunch. Found these in Tesco. They look really good. Like obviously I can't really eat, but the fact that it said soft pitta really got me. So I hope these are soft so I can chew them. I obviously would show you something really yummy, but because I can't really eat, I'm just gonna fill it with ham and melted cheese. And hopefully that's gonna hit the spot because I'm so hungry right now. So I have got my coffee because I thought that we could do a little, I don't know, like a little informative chat, because as you guys know, the gyms are open, and as you saw in my video earlier on, I'm back at the gym, and I know that a lot of you are going to be wanting to go back to the gym, or maybe you have, or maybe you're wanting to start your fitness journey, but you're also like not sure on what to do or where you should start. So I thought we could chat about getting into fitness as a beginner and things that I would recommend that you do. So I've compiled 5 things that I think are super important when it comes to starting your fitness journey as a beginner. And by the way, it's perfectly okay to be a beginner. Like, everyone has to start somewhere, so don't beat yourself up about it, and don't, you know, punish yourself for not being where you want to be. Fitness is a journey for a reason, so make sure you remember that. So first things first, it's super important that you know exactly what you want to achieve. So do you want to build muscle? Do you want to lose fat? Or do you just want to like maintain, potentially get like more toned and become like a fitter, healthier version of yourself? So whatever it is, make sure that you know your goal, because obviously whatever your goal is going to depend on everything that you do. So if you want to build muscle, you need to make sure that you're resistance training. You need to make sure that you're doing that at least 3 to 5 times a week, that you're progressively overloading each week. And progressive overload means that you're either lifting heavier each week, or you're doing another rep, or you're just increasing the intensity in somehow and you're progressing with the plan. In order to do all of that, of course you also need to have the right diet. So obviously with the muscle gain, you need to make sure that you're eating enough food and also enough protein. Whereas on the other hand, for fat loss, you also need to make sure, in my opinion, that you are doing 3 to 5 resistance sessions a week, because even though you want to lose fat, you definitely want to get a nice toned effect. So you want to be resistance training because that's going to maintain all of your muscle, and it's also going to help to build muscle if you're a newbie. You also want to be progressively overloading if you can. But remember, if you're on fewer calories, it's going to be harder to push yourself in the gym each week. But you should still be trying, especially if you are new to it, like you still will be able to progress. And then lastly, you need to make sure that your energy expenditure is high. So get your steps in if your goal is fat loss, because that is definitely something that I recommend to all of my clients. And you can even implement some cardio into your weekly routine, because cardio again is going to increase that energy expenditure. And then lastly, for fat loss, if that is your goal, you will also need to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. So for muscle gain, remember you need lots of food, you need to be in a surplus or a maintenance level. And then for fat loss, you need to make sure that you are in that calorie deficit, that you are burning more than you are consuming. And by doing that, you also need to make sure that your protein is high. So for both of them, you need high protein. And that is because protein keeps you nice and full. So protein is going to help with satiety, and it's also going to help maintain your muscle mass that you've already built and also help you to build muscle. So that is the first thing. What is your goal? You've got two kind of ways, and of course if your goal is just to maintain, you need all of that, and you need to make sure that of course you are just eating at maintenance level. So you need resistance training 3 to 5 times a week for both of them. You need to make sure that you're progressively overloading for both of them, and you need to make sure that your diet is right. So high protein, and then whether you're in maintenance, surplus, or in a deficit. My second tip is going to be keep track of your progress. How many times do I meet someone or does someone message me and they have not kept track of their progress? It is so important, because without keeping track of your progress, how do you ever know that you've progressed? And the best thing is when you look back at your journey and you just see how far you've come. So track your progress, take photos, take measurements, log your lifts, log your weights, everything like that. Like keep a diary with you, take a diary with you to the gym so you know exactly what you lifted the week before, or even just log it on your notes on your phone. Like that's the easiest way to do it. And then by doing that, you've got your weights on there, you've got your reps on there. You can even log your body weight as well and your measurements all on your phone or in a book or whatever. There's also a really good app for logging your weight, and that is called Happy Scale. So if you haven't seen that, then that's really good, and it shows you like a little curve of like when you're dropping, when you're upping, and it's really interesting. But obviously weight isn't the be all and end all, of course. So yeah, it's whatever is best for you, but just keep a log of it, because I promise you, once you've kept a log of it, you can just always look back at it and see how far you've come. My third tip is going to be prepared. Take a plan with you, know what you're gonna be doing. So when you're going to the gym, don't just go without a plan, because it's stressful. You're gonna be in there for way longer than you need to be, especially with COVID at the moment as well. So plan out, so at the beginning of the week, plan out what days you're gonna be working out. Next, plan what you're gonna be working out on each day. So you're gonna be doing upper body, lower body, abs, cardio, whatever you're gonna be doing, plan it out for each day of the week and make sure that you stick to it. Make it achievable. So if you can only get to the gym 3 times a week, don't set yourself 5 workouts, because you're only gonna set yourself up for failure. And then obviously make sure, ideally, that you are training each muscle group twice a week. So I would suggest 2 upper, 2 lower, and then on the last day, if you wanna have a 5th day, you could do whatever you want. When it comes to determining your workouts bit, you need to sort of think about what your goal is. Like if you want to grow your shoulders or if you want to grow your glutes, you need to make sure that you prioritize your training towards these 2 areas. So if you want to grow your glutes, I would suggest training them at least twice a week. And then obviously on the 5th day, you could also train them another time. So that could be 3 times. But obviously it's super important to also make sure that you are getting enough rest as well. So don't ever underestimate how important rest is when it comes to reaching your goals. I would always suggest at least 1 rest session a week. Ideally 2 though. So make sure you are taking your rest, and don't feel guilty for taking a rest day. They are just as important. My 4th tip is going to be, make sure that you are eating well. If you have a fitness goal such as muscle gain or fat loss, you need to make sure that your diet supports it, because your diet is 80% of your results. I promise. It is so strange. Like, you could go to the gym a lot and you could see hardly any progress, and that's because your diet is not supporting your goals. So, like I said before, make sure you're eating high protein. And when I talk about protein, it comes from sources, obviously, such as meats, but you could get it from protein powder as well. You could get it from fish. You could also get it from beans. And you could also get it from things such as high protein pasta, bread, etc. Like, protein is actually in a lot of food, and I don't think a lot of people actually realize. But when you are starting your journey, I cannot emphasize enough how beneficial it is to just track your food, like how much food you have a day. Do it for like a couple days just to get an idea of where you're at. And then if your goal is fat loss, you just need to make sure that you are burning more than you are consuming. So that means you're in a calorie deficit. And then again, for muscle gain, you just need to make sure that you're eating enough to support the growth of your muscles and obviously to progress. So logging your food gives you a really good idea of where you're at. And I'm not saying that you have to do it forever, but actually doing it for like 1 or 2 days teaches you so much about food, and will give you a really good grounding as to like what route you need to take and whereabouts you're at. A lot of people actually ask me what is a macro, because I get it, like, you know, not everyone's into fitness, not everyone understands. So a macronutrient is either protein, fats, or carbs. You need all 3 of them in moderation. So all 3 of them we need. Like, don't ever cut out carbs. Whoever invented that, like, and don't ever cut out fats either. Like, we need fats. We need all of it in moderation. So don't ever cut out anything. But when it comes to protein, I would suggest you get at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. And then with the carbs and fats, you can split them up however you like, as long as you hit your calorie intake. So carbs you can get from sources such as bread, rice, pasta, beans. There are so many different alternatives. Or you could even go to sweeter things such as Snacker Jacks, rice cakes, crisps, fruit, veg. And then fats you can get from things like nuts, seeds, avocado, chocolate. Dark chocolate is super yummy, but obviously I do also like milk chocolate. And then my last tip, guys, is going to be, don't forget, it takes time to see results. Don't expect to see progress from the gym in just 1 week, because it's not gonna happen. Like, you need to be consistent, and you need to be consistent over weeks. So don't give up, keep on going, and I promise you that doing something and making small, tiny changes every single week is gonna add up, and you're eventually gonna see results. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys. I'm gonna leave this little chatty kind of vlog here, and I hope that helped in terms of going back to the gym, or if you're starting your fitness journey. And of course, my DMs are always open on Instagram if you ever want to chat, or if you ever have a question, or leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
I'm tired of fighting, saying things we don't mean. You know I don't like it when you're packing your bag and turning your back, calling me a liar.